Thanks for joining us on the John Mendola Show. We are driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Center. So let's talk Tunkhannock Area Tigers Wrestling. Dalton Ray joining us right now, 170 pounds. Well, Dalton, for you, you're not only successful, but you have some teammates that are pretty darn good as well. I'm sure it feels really good school spirit-wise to have so much success in the wrestling program.
Yeah, it's been a great year with all of us. We're definitely reaping the rewards that we've been working for quite a while. It's just great for everything to be working how it is.
Dalton, let's talk a little about the work ethic in that wrestling room, and you guys have to put in the time, and it all pays off. But the coaches, I'm sure, put in the hours as well.
Yeah, we have lifting 2 to 3 times every morning at 6:30. That's a lot of wrestlers come to. Our coach, he's in there every morning, so some kids actually go in every morning to get a workout in. And then every day after school, we're just grinding with each other. Battles everywhere. We're always pushing each other.
And up and down that lineup, you guys have talent and going against each other. And, talking to Mike and Billy Manley, they said, we kind of all have different styles. And I would think that would help you guys of seeing different styles as you guys wrestle in different tournaments and different things to know that, you're going to face this type of guy or that type of guy. Tell us a little bit about your style and maybe how it differs, but all you guys have had success.
Yeah, my style, I try to always control the pace, control my opponent as best as I can. I try not to give up little stuff. I make everybody work for what they deserve or what they try to get. So definitely when I'm wrestling, whenever my teammates are trying to get stuff on me, I make sure they get the best out of it.
And Dalton, you hear all the time about guys, listen, really not many guys are stronger than me. Not many more guys have better endurance. I'm long, I'm short, low center of gravity, all that different type of stuff. Not that you want to give away too many of your wrestling secrets, but what do you pride yourself on and say, hey, I'm really pretty darn good at this?
I like to pride myself on my technique. For the most part, I tend to think I can hold off almost anybody in any position. So I'm definitely glad I can say I can compete with anybody.
And Dalton, let's talk about some of the competition that you've had this year. Tell us about some matches that you've had that you could say, hey, man, I really love that match in this tournament or on this day. Tell us about some highlights so far this season.
I would say the biggest highlight this season has been our very first competition when we went to the Wyalusing duels. We went in and upset Wyalusing in their very own tournament after they are returning state 4th place as a team. And it was just an awesome environment going into their own gym, crowd yelling in the finals, and with us coming away with the win in the very last match.
That sounds pretty darn exciting to me. Dalton, for you, as far as your goals this year, I'm sure a district championship is something you're shooting for. Regionals, as always, gets pretty darn tough, and then trying to get to states. Talk about 2A, 3A. Tell us about where you're going to end up and what you're hoping for.
The ultimate goal for me is to end on the state podium. Everything else is a nice little addition to the goal, but in the end, that's the true goal, is being on that podium at the end of the year. It's definitely really tough with being in AAA. We always have a little funny arguments with AA kids between the difference between AA and AAA, but I can definitely notice difference in the difference.
Going through that Lehigh Valley, it is a meat grinder. And, people in northeastern Pennsylvania sometimes like, hey, we got great wrestling. But, boy, the Lehigh Valley seems to be another level. Central PA, District 4 seems to be another level. Yes, we do have some good wrestling in Northeast PA, but you get those darn guys in the Lehigh Valley with the record of 13-14, and then they upset a District 2 number 1 seed.
Yeah, it's just a crazy environment. Those guys, their competition is totally different than what we see, but they have some of their teams in there. I know Stephen Catholics are ranked number 1 in the state. They have a few other guys that are ranked, a few other teams that are ranked in the state. So it's definitely a whole different ball game once we go down to regionals.
Dalton, everybody cutting weight, making weight, doing things, adjustments. For you, is something come natural, or you're working your tail off like everybody else to try to make sure you're where you need to be?
I've always never been the best at cutting weight, so I've always had to work hard. But this year I've changed some habits, so it's been quite a bit easier for me to shed a few pounds right now.
Dalton Ray
and also grinding with our room, as intense as it is, it's definitely been easier to lose weight.
Dalton, you talk about your future endeavors. There's only 8 months away before whatever you're going to do, you're going to do. So tell us about what you're thinking about right now. What are some of your top goals that you have?
Well, my top goal right now is to be able to attend the Naval Academy come the time to go. But I'm pretty deep in that application right now. But if that doesn't work out, I plan on attending Clarion University to further my education and athletic career.
How about the process alone to get into the Naval Academy? Everybody says you have to be a pretty darn special person. You seem like you're pretty special academically, athletically. I mean, you have to be a great citizen. There's a lot to it, huh?
There is. I've had to do special little things to differ myself from everybody else.
And Dalton, let's talk a little bit about your family. Tell us about some of the unique things about Dalton Ray and his family.
We're a pretty simple family in the Ray household. I have a sister who's in college right now that it's always nice when she comes home. It's different with her. She's definitely changed a little bit since she's gone to college, but still the same old sister. It's always fun going out to visit her too. Mom and Pa, they're still mom and Pa. My dad's always been a wrestling fan. He started wrestling when I think he was in 4th grade, but he never truly found a love for wrestling until I started. And it's just been a great path with him, and my mom's been just so supportive of of everything that I've been doing so far.
And you talk about getting out there and supporting you guys and all the families and the school and stuff. Can we hear some noise from the Rays during the match, or are they kind of quiet and let it settle in there?
You could always hear my dad on the coach's corner yelling every now and then when it's a close match, but I usually like it when they keep it a little quieter and mellow.
Low key and and get the wins, and you've done that and had a tremendous career for Tunkhannock. Well, Dalton, we wish you the very best. Hope that Naval Academy works out. If you don't, you said you have some other great plans going as well. But a lot of success coming your way, and of course, we're rooting for you there on the podium in Hershey if you're able to get that far. All right.
Thank you, sir.
Dalton Ray from Tunkhannock area, heck of a wrestler and a quality young man, no doubt about it. Here on the John Mendola Show, we're driven by McCarthy Tire and Automotive Centers.